Today's lesson is called The Big Secret. All right. Lesson 3. I've done 2 lessons before, so this is the 3rd lesson. All right. If you guys want to watch the other lessons, you can go on the Go Premier Soccer YouTube page. It's uploaded there. All right. All right. So today's theme is, make sure it's recording good, is repetition. All right. The mother of learning. All right. So pretty much, my goal today is to give you guys the keys, guys. All right, the keys of success. Okay. Obviously, it's focused on soccer, but everything I'm saying today can work in any field, whether it's sports, whether it's computers, whether it's, if you want to be a doctor. Literally, it works in any field. But today, it's geared towards soccer. All right. Next slide. Oh. Okay. Okay. I gotta learn this how to use this. Alright. So guys, what is the difference between information and knowledge? Any takers real quick? What's the difference between information and knowledge? Anyone? You guys don't know yet? Alright. I'll answer it for you guys. Okay. Alright. So, what is information? Okay, information is facts or details about something, right? It's like when you hear something new or read about something, all right? It's just like stuff you know, but you haven't used yet, all right? For example, you hear that lifting weights builds muscle, right? I mean, who hasn't heard that yet? That if you lift weights, you're gonna build muscle. Everyone, right? Right, so that's just information. Now, how do you know if it actually does build muscle? By going to the gym and lifting weights every day, right? So, information is just something you hear. All right, again, I'm gonna learn this. And then, what is knowledge? Okay, knowledge is when you understand the information and know how to use it. Okay, it's when you take the information and apply it in real life. All right, it comes from having experience or practice with the information. For example, you start lifting weights every day and start seeing muscles develop on your body. Okay, like when you start seeing the guns show and the packs. Oh man, they were right. Lifting weights does build muscle. Okay, so that's knowledge. So information is just information. Knowledge is when you apply the information that you heard. All right. All right. So how to turn information into knowledge? Okay. What has to happen for the information to become knowledge? Anyone? Yeah. Application. Okay. Until you apply it, it's like they say, eat healthy. All right. Well, I mean, how do you know eating healthy is good for you? Right. If you start eating healthy after 2 or 3 months, you feel good, you probably lose some weight, then you'll be like, oh yeah, I do it right, okay? So, how to turn information into knowledge, okay? You can't transfer or transform the information into knowledge like this, okay? All right, it becomes knowledge at the point of application. So when you actually apply it, all right, that's when it becomes knowledge, okay? It's like someone trying to lose weight. Well, how you gonna lose weight if you're eating junk food? Now, if you start eating healthier, start running, and you start losing weight, then it becomes knowledge. Okay, all right. So like when you apply what you've learned, like lifting weights, you start using the information. Okay, then you can really understand what being fit and strong feels like. All right. So like. Yes, when you apply it, all right? So you won't know how good it feels like until you start actually applying it, okay? You can only truly know something by trying it and seeing the results, okay? Without trying it, it's just ideas or information. There's no real understanding, all right? All right, and then what is absolute knowledge? Okay, absolute knowledge is when you applied everything you learned, you've seen the results, and you fully understand how it works. Okay, all right. Like for example, information. You read about how doing cone drills, and do wall training to improve your first touch, right? Well, that's information. It becomes knowledge when you practice those cone drills and you start seeing the improvements in your skills. You feel confident on the field, okay? Now you fully understand that doing cone drills or wall training is good for you, all right? So pretty much what you're learning today is only information. All right? Everything I'm going to tell you right now is just going to be information, okay? It will only become knowledge when you start applying it and seeing the results, okay? And I'm telling you right now, everything I'm telling you is because I've applied it and I've seen the results, okay? And that's why I'm teaching it. If I didn't really see the results, I can't teach something I don't know. All right? I've been applying these for about 3 years now, okay? So let's begin, guys. So what is repetition, okay? Repetition is when you do something over and over, all right, to get better at it. All right. For example, learning how to ride a bike, okay? Who knows how to ride a bike, right? Now, the first time you got on the bike, how did you feel? Scared. You probably fell. You probably had the training wheels, but now you're like calling people while you're riding the bike. You're texting them. I hope you're not doing that, but you're texting and riding the bike, okay? How about learning how to walk as a baby, right? As a baby, you take one step, you fall, another step, you fall, but you do it over and over again, and now you're walking, no problem. Learning how to play an instrument. Who knows how to play an instrument? How'd you get better at playing that instrument? Every day, right? Now you can play it with no problem, right? Playing a video game. Okay, I know all of you guys play video games. Same thing. Brand new game, you fall all the time. All right, now you're very good at it. Driving a car, okay? Same thing. Like sometimes I drive home and I'm like, wait, which way did I take? It's like I just blank out because I've done it so much, I don't even think about it anymore, all right? Who drives here? Anyone drives? All right? Can you remember the first time you got in the car? How did you feel? Scared, right? But how about now? Why? Could you do it every day? Okay? All right? Reading a book, right? Hopefully all of you guys can read. Same thing, okay? Juggling a soccer ball. Who can juggle to 100 here? All right? Now how about the first time you got a ball? Now how'd you get from 0 to 100? Every day. Repetition, guys. Okay? All right? Which is the theme of today's classroom session. The after school classroom session. So why do they say repetition is the mother of learning? Hey, stop talking. It means the more you practice something, the better you get at it. Okay, doing things again and again. It helps you remember it and understand them better. Okay, just like, riding a bike, you fall a few times, you keep trying it over and over, and then you get good at it, all right? So rhythm, okay? Rhythm, all right? So you want to build a rhythm, okay? Like this concept means that when you do something over and over again, it starts to feel normal, like a routine, okay? It becomes easier and easier, and you don't have to think about it so much more. Like you get that momentum, you get that rhythm going, and it just happens like automatically, all right? So the more you repeat something, the stronger the rhythm becomes. Like it becomes part of who you are, okay? Like right now, I can juggle to 1,000 one try, like no thought, very easy, all right? Because I've juggled so many times. All right. Even with these shoes on, I can juggle to 1,000. So, for example, practicing a skill over and over again until it feels natural. Okay. All right. Like you're in rhythm and you don't have to think about it anymore. All right. All right. And again, I'm repeating the same thing over and over again because I wanted to ingrain it in your head, guys. Because the brain can only hold so much. Repetition and learning, okay? Repetition forms habits and patterns that influence your behavior. Okay, the more you repeat something, the more it becomes part of who you are. All right? Turning that knowledge into automatic actions. Okay? Repetition helps you learn and master skills by reinforcing them until they become natural. So you got to do it over and over again until it becomes natural. All right? All right, for my science students, okay? Making the brain stronger, it's called neuroplasticity, okay? Think of your brain like a muscle, okay? When you do something over and over again, like practicing a new game or learning a new song, your brain makes stronger connections, all right? Like building a path that gets easier to walk on the more you use it. All right, so the more you repeat something, the easier it gets to do, okay? So your brain has these memory helpers in the hippocampus, okay? So your brain has a special helper called the hippocampus that helps you remember things, okay? When you repeat something, this helps you save it in your long-term memory, so you can remember it later. All right, it's like saving a file on your computer. All right, so the more you do something, the more your brain saves that information in your brain. Okay, all right, and it's easier to find again. Okay, faster brain speed. All right, when you keep practicing something, your brain, it gets faster at it, okay? It's like wrapping a wire in a special coating that helps the electricity go faster, okay? That's like what happens in your brain when you practice something again and again, all right? It helps your brain send messages faster. So like, human beings are electrical beings, okay? You have electricity in your brain. So the more you practice something, the stronger that electric signal gets. All right. So you want to turn things into habits. All right. Like it has to become automatic. So when you do something over and over again, like brushing your teeth or riding a bike, it becomes automatic. All right. Which means you don't have to think about it. Right. I'm sure, like in the morning when you're brushing your teeth, you don't even think about it. It just it happens automatically. All right. So your brain gets really good at it, and it just happens without having to remember every step. All right. So stronger connections, long-term potential. Okay. So when you practice something again and again, it's like building a bridge in your brain. Okay. Repeating something that makes the bridge stronger, so it's easier to get across. All right. This helps you learn and remember things better because the brain pathways are strong. All right. That's why I can jump into 1,000 with no problem. I've done it so many times. Consistency, okay? All right, so the key to habit formation is regular repetition, okay? All right, the more you consistently perform the behavior, the more likely it is to become ingrained. Skipping days or being inconsistent, it will extend the time it takes to form the habit, all right? So if you only do it once a week, it's gonna take much longer, okay? All right, studies indicate, okay, again, this is ChatGPT, so I don't know how accurate it is, but it says that on average, it takes about 66 days. How many months is that? About 2 months, a little bit more than 2 months, for a new behavior to become automatic or habitual, okay? So the key is to keep repeating the behavior and not get discouraged if it takes longer than expected, okay? Habits gradually become more automatic with time and repetition. So about 2 months, okay? It could take 3. You never know. All right, now, soccer actions need to be automatic, okay? I'll tell you right now, I played Division I college soccer. I play professionally. You have to think real fast, yeah.
Where do you play?
At UNBC. All right. You guys think varsity is fast? Do that times 10. That's how fast D1 soccer is. Like everybody's fast. Okay. Think about like a D1 coach. Like they travel around the whole world. They go to Europe and they literally pick players to play for their team. So if you're not fast, you're not gonna get picked. Okay. So you have fast players all over. Yeah.
By fast, you mean like play speed or something?
All the above. Yeah. Ball's in the middle, first one to get to the ball. If you're always the last one to get to the ball, no coach is gonna pick you. Okay, all right. Or can you run past the player, or can you run back and defend? Okay, all right. So, and you're getting pressed. So as soon as the ball hits your foot, someone's crashing you. All right, so the game is super fast. So you want your soccer actions to be automatic. If you have to think about where the ball is, you can't play. Okay, all right. So the higher level you progress in soccer, the faster the game is, and the faster your brain needs to process information. So the more the soccer actions need to be automatic. All right. So like the soccer actions, you have to do it so much, kind of like walking, right? Right now it's just automatic. I'm not even thinking about walking. Now, a 2-year-old, maybe a 1-year-old, they think about every single step. Okay? So you want to do the soccer actions over and over again until it becomes automatic. Okay? So here's some common soccer actions. Okay? Again, these have to be like the most basic actions. Don't try to do a rainbow. Okay? That's not gonna get you anywhere. All right? Like the most basic soccer actions, those are the things you gotta focus on. Okay? Like dribbling and ball control, stopping and controlling the moving ball using various techniques. All right? I mean, you gotta dribble in soccer. All right? 1v1 skills. Okay? Like escaping pressure, right? Or being the player 1v1. Controlling and maneuvering the ball while running at full speed. Okay? Often to be defenders. Those have to be automatic. First touch and receiving. Controlling the ball from a pass or a loose ball using your foot, your thigh, or your chest. Okay? Those have to be automatic. All right? Passing. Kicking the ball to a teammate using different parts of the foot. Inside, outside, instep. Okay? Like just receiving the ball with the inside. All right? For example, I'm sure you have some friends that don't play soccer, right? Imagine them at the tryouts. They don't play any soccer. What's going to happen when they step on that tryout field? Like, have they put the reps in? No, they're going to lose the ball every time, okay? And that's what it is. Pretty much the higher level you go, is pretty much the more reps those players have gotten. Okay, so it's not skill, it's repetition, okay? I'll tell you right now, all of you guys, I'm sure can control the ball. But I put you in a D1 field, you're going to struggle, okay? So it's not about knowing the skill, it's about how many reps, all right? Like the more reps you do, the more the connection is in your brain, the faster your brain can access that information. Does that make sense? Does that sink in your head? So the more reps, the faster the access. Okay? All right? Yes, you know how to do it, but how many times have you done it? Because that's what's going to decide how fast you can retrieve that information and execute. All right? So here's some exercise. If you want to take a picture, you can. Maybe I'll get out of the way. So dribbling and cone drills. Again, don't try to do like crazy skills. You want to do the most basic cone drills. So 2 touch with the inside, 2 with the outside, 1 touch with the inside. You know, inside of the foot, outside of the foot dribbles. I mean, those are the skills you're going to use most of the time. 1 touch, inside, outside, outside of the foot, inside of the foot. You know, the Iniesta move. I mean, Messi uses it all the time. You know, the Iniesta move where you hop to the side, the V move. You know, those are like the basic soccer dribbling skills. You want to do those like a million times. Like, 1 trillion times if you can. All right? Because, trust me, everybody can dribble, guys. I can close my eyes and go anywhere. I can just close my eyes and pick any player, and I'm sure they can dribble. But can they do it under pressure? All right? That's the difference. Can you execute under pressure? Like Pedri. You guys know Pedri? I mean, you can press Pedri, but his brain is too fast. Or Messi. I mean, you can press Messi all you want. You're not getting the ball. Another one, change your direction, all right? In soccer, how often are you changing directions in soccer? Almost every single time. All right, so you want to practice cone drills that teach you to change direction. Like, you know, inside cut, so dribbling one way, cut with the inside. Outside cut, you know, like Messi does this fake like this and he cuts right. The Cruyff, where you turn like this. All right, the L move, you know, the Beckham where you go like that. V move where you open up. You know, scissors, step overs, dribbling around the corner as fast as you can. All right, you want to do these over and over, okay? All right, Kevin. Maybe someone share some notes to Kevin. He has to go. Okay, you want to do those over and over and over, okay? Like, when I say, like, as many times as possible, guys. So turning with the ball, like, change the direction where you're just turning, just simple turns. So you can change direction diagonally, or you go this way and you turn around and you're going this way. All right, and the same skills: outside touch, inside touch, soul foot turn. I mean, I'll go to YouTube, guys. There's a bunch of drills in YouTube. You can type, dribbling drills to turn in soccer. All right, there's a ton of videos and drills. All right, 1v1 skills. Again, I mean, these are probably basic. If you guys have club coaches, I'm sure you've done these, where you just dribble to the cone, you beat the defender. The inside cut, the Stanley Matthews in out. I would do those all the time. The inside outside touch, outside foot cut, like the Messi fake, scissors, and then the Iniesta. Those are like the key ones I would focus on, guys. Trust me, guys. I spend a lot of time around soccer. I'm telling you, those are the key ones you want to focus on. I'm just showing, you can reinvent the wheel if you want, but you don't have to. Okay. Now, first touch. Okay. Again, you want to focus on the most basic touches on the ball. Okay. On receiving with the inside of the foot, receiving with the outside, receiving with the bottom, receive inside, outside with the Stanley Matthews. These right here, guys. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just focus on these and repeat these over and over and over. Okay. If I'm going too fast, let me know, guys. Again, very important. I'll tell you, look, American soccer, a lot of long balls. Okay. Any level, whether it's MLS, college, or high school. It's like tennis. The ball's in the air the whole time. So you got to be very comfortable receiving the ball, all right, with the inside of the foot in the air, laces, thighs, chest, head in the ball, all right, one touch off the ball. So you got to do these, guys. You got to go to a wall and kick it in the air and control it. But you got to do it over and over and over, okay? Again, these are the most basic ones. Inside the foot, laces, thigh, chest, and headers. And then one touch, okay? Don't try to do any crazy skills. Those are just freestyling, but that's not, guys, how many freestylers do you see playing professional soccer? Not many, because that's not going to build the connections in your brain, okay? Like Neymar, is a few Neymar, Yamal is up there now, but there's not many, okay? Like how many Neymars and Yamals are out there? Like 0.000000001%. So you want to do the most basic first touch with ground control. So as soon as the ball bounces, control it. I'll tell you right now, the ball's going to be in the air a lot. So as soon as it bounces, you got to control it. It's the same thing inside the foot, laces, thigh, chest, and one touch off the ball. Again, you can go to YouTube and type these, and you'll find a million drills, guys, all right, on YouTube. I mean, I got this picture from YouTube. So this guy, I think he's, what's his name? I can't remember his name, but he has a great YouTube page. All right, turning from a pass, okay? So when someone passes you the ball, you got to turn, right? So turning from the pass, same thing. Inside the foot, outside the foot. Stanley Matthews, where you turn in, out. Cruyff turn, L move, and V move turn. These are the most basic ones I will focus on, all right? And you guys have a lot of time right now. You have what? You have June, you have July, you have August to get yourself ready. Okay. Training versus playing, okay? I see a lot of kids, they play a lot of pickup, but is pickup really training? Like how many reps are you getting in a pickup game? Not much, right? I mean, you might get the ball in 1 hour, you might get the ball 10 times. Now, if you go to the wall by yourself, how many touches are you getting in 1 hour if you go in the wall by yourself? That means you want, thousands of touches. So what's better, 10, 20 touches or 1,000 if you want to build that connection in your brain? So really, I would prefer if you guys did more training than playing pickup. I'll just tell you from my experience, okay? So training is when you practice to get better at a specific skill. So you focus on improving that skill, okay? Like going to the wall. All right, today I'm going to focus on, receiving the ball in the air. So for that whole hour, you're doing drills where you're just receiving in the air, Okay, after the hour, you're gonna get better. Playing is when you actually use your skills in the game or like in a fun situation. All right, it's more about having fun and competing, not just practicing. All right, training helps you improve. Playing lets you use what you've learned. All right, I mean, I see a lot of parents. I get a lot of emails from parents. My son is not getting enough playing time. Well, the playing time is not what's gonna get them better. Are they training at home? Okay, all right. So here should be the ratio. Again, this is from ChatGPT, guys. So, I mean, you can't really trust ChatGPT 100%, but as a coach, it's about right. You know, here and there, you know, it could be a little bit off. So, 70% of your practicing should be training, where it's specific. Like, I'm doing turning with the ball today. I'm doing cone drills. Or I'm doing shooting, right? I didn't have shooting on there. Or I'm doing first touch. All right, how do you got to do first touch. If you can't control the ball, it's going to be hard for you to make the team. Okay? And then 30% playing. All right? I think that one's pretty easy to remember. So, if you want to take a picture of this, you can. I kind of created a training schedule for you guys to take home with you. I mean, you can tweak these a little bit based on your own schedule. But I would do, for example, let's say during the summer, or even now, if I were you, I'll start now. Because you want to build the reps. Monday, now, again, all of these are all technical stuff, guys. Also, you got to find time for physical stuff. I think we have another meeting in 2 weeks. That one is going to be all fitness. Teaching you what you got to do to be fit. Today is all technical. Okay, so this is just technical training. You got to put time to do also fitness. But we'll talk about that next week. Monday, cone drills. Tuesday is wall training. Wednesday, cone drills. Thursday, wall training. Friday, cone drills. Saturday, wall training. Okay? So that's about 3 times a week you're doing cone drills. 3 times a week you're doing wall training. Okay? And then Sunday, you play a game, play a pickup. Oh, I've been doing cone drills and wall training all week. Let's see what I can do on Sunday. So, how many reps? Okay, you want to take a picture of this? Again, this is me right here. This is not ChatGPT. All right. I would say, on average, you should do about 300 reps a month of each specific skill. So let's say I'm receiving the ball with the inside. So 300 reps. Okay. So like let's say so like for example, if you're doing three cone drills per week, and there's 4 weeks in a month, so that's 12 days a month you're doing cone drills. Okay, so that means of each cone drill, for you to get 300 reps, you gotta do 25 reps per day. All right, again, guys, I'm telling you, these are the secrets. Okay, all right. So each skill, 25 reps at the bare minimum. Okay. So if you're getting 300 reps per month times 12 months, that's 4,000 reps. Okay, that's 4,000 reps of one skill, guys. And you telling me your brain's not gonna access it like this when you need it? All right, of just one skill. So this is not just cone drills, of each specific skill. 4,000 reps per year. All right, so consistent training, guys. All right, when your ball control and first touch starts to improve, you'll play better. You'll get more playing time because you're doing well. You'll automatically start thinking faster on the field. All right, because all that information is in your brain, guys. Your brain is a computer. There's a hard drive in here, guys. All right, you feel more confident in your skills. All right, and that's the information I'm telling you right now is going to become knowledge. All right, because you're using it and seeing the results. Like in 3 months from now, okay, the few of you that are actually going to follow this to the T, they're going to be like, oh man, Coach Kevin was telling us something serious. All right, I'll tell you right now, on average, only about 10% of the stuff you're teaching actually sinks in. No, I'm sorry, only 10% of the students actually do what the teacher says. Scientific data, guys. Okay, in your classrooms, only 10%, okay, of the students actually do. It might be like 5% really, but yeah. All right. Now, how much time is it? All right, okay. So guys, how long does it take a tree to grow, guys? from that, like, you just plant it on the ground and the next day, just boom like that? Is that how it works? No, it takes a while, right? Well, same with your skills, okay? Same as your first touch, your fitness, your muscles, your ball control, your shooting, everything takes a long time. There's no quick fix, guys, all right? So pretty much, I kind of did like a correlation between a tree growing and how you can learn, how you can get better, okay? So like when you start like learning a new skill, okay, it's like planting a tiny seed in the ground, all right? Like this seed is small, all right? And guess what? You might be like, man, my first touch is not getting better. Like I've been lifting weights, but I don't see any muscles, all right? I've been running, but I'm still not fit, okay, all right? It's like looking at the trees, like, why isn't it growing, right? So it's gonna take time, all right? It might be hard. Actually, it is gonna be hard. It's not gonna be easy, okay? Roots grow. So when you start being consistent, all right, the roots really, they grow in your brain, okay? So like, building the basics. As the seed starts to grow, the roots spread out to get stronger, just like when you're learning the basics. Can you see the roots grow? No, they're growing underground. You can't see it, but they're growing, okay? What happens is a lot of people, they try for like 1 or 2 weeks. Man, I'm not getting any better. Forget this. But that's not how things work. Trust me, I wish there was a quick fix. There'll be more messies out there if there was a quick fix. All right? These roots are important because they hold the tree in place. Okay? So like your reps are like your roots. Okay? All right? It helps you grow tall. Similarly, learning the basic will help you get better at skill over time. All right? The trunks. Okay? The trunks are like your confidence. Okay? All right? As the tree grows, the trunks get taller and stronger. Okay? This is like getting better at the skill and becoming more confident. After like a month, maybe a little bit more than a month, okay, you might start seeing improvements. All right? And guess what? You might start making mistakes. Well, after a month, you might start making fewer mistakes. Like if you can juggle to 100 consistently. I remember when I was learning, I would get 100 once every like week. And then I'll try a whole another week. Now I can get 100 in one try. But, I mean, once a week is better than not even getting it once. So, like you start making fewer mistakes. Like your first touch will start getting better. All right, you start, losing the ball more on the field. All right, and then the branches and the leaves. This is when you start mastering. Okay, after a while, the tree starts to grow. Branches and leaves, just like when you start mastering different parts of the skill. All right, so the more you practice, the more branches. So like the more you practice, so once you get to a certain level, for example, like doing around the world and juggling tricks, right? Well, if you can't juggle, you can't do it around the world. So once you start, getting better, then you can even expand your skills even more. You can add to the leaves, which are the results, and start to show. Okay, this is when you can actually start playing like Neymar. Once you got the basics down. All right, and then and then you go stronger over time. So the more you the better you get, the better you can get. For example, it takes longer to go from 0 to 100 juggles than to 100 to 500. Like once you get 100, it's easier to get 500. But to get to 100, it takes forever. Okay, so so the better you get, the faster you're gonna become. All right. The tree doesn't stop growing after it gets big. It keeps growing stronger, just like how you keep improving your skills with practice. So every time you practice, it's like you're watering the seed so it can continue to grow. Okay? Eventually, the tree becomes big and beautiful, just like how you feel proud and confident after learning the skill. The more you practice and learn, the bigger the tree grows, and you can show it off to others. All right? I'll give you, like my daughter is a great example. All right, like I've been taking her out to train against her will, of course, for a long time. But now she's scoring goals. Like all the parents are like, "Me, daughter's good." Well, you know how many times I've taken her out to train? Okay, all right. So my daughter's a great example. Okay, all right. So the more you practice, the better you get. And the game is more fun, really. Yeah, guys, like once you're really good, the game is fun. All right? But when you're not good, it's stressful. The tree growth in correlation to the skill. All right, short term, learning the basics. Again, in the beginning, you're not going to see much growth. Okay? Some of you guys are probably at a high level right now, so it's going to take you even longer to see growth because you're already at a certain level. So it starts as a small seed and eventually you get better. All right? So you got to have patience. Okay? All right? And just know that as long as you're being consistent with your training, you're going to get better. Okay? You got to be patient. All right? We live in a world where everybody wants a quick fix. I mean, it might work for fast food, but it doesn't work for sports. All right? Positive mindset. Okay? All right? It's like, planting the tree and looking at it the next day and being upset that it's not growing. You gotta be more positive. All right? So with the positive mindset, you believe that you can learn and improve. Okay? Guys, I told you guys right now, all of you guys right here, especially if you're freshmen or sophomores, you can play at any level right now. If you start applying these skills, you can play at any level. Okay? But you gotta be consistent. If you're like, man, I'm still not starting in my club team, and you just give up, you don't get there. Okay? So you gotta be patient, you gotta be positive. All right? And it's not gonna be easy. There's gonna be challenges. I'll tell you right now, it's gonna be challenges. Okay? That is a fact. Okay? Everyone has challenges. All right? So you gotta be positive. Just like learning any skill, there will be setbacks, mistakes, and challenges along the way. All right? So you gotta have a positive mindset. I'm telling you right now, that's number one. You gotta have a positive mindset. All right? You gotta kick all negative thoughts out of your head. Because guess what? The negative thoughts are gonna try to control your head. I'll tell you right now. Okay? They're gonna come. That's a fact. In fact, it's easier to be negative than positive. Yes or no?
Yeah.
It's very easy to be negative. All right? But you gotta be in control of your mind and be positive. All right. So, how can you increase the learning curve? So, if you want to learn and become even better, you gotta put extra effort. So, extra effort equals faster growth, which means maybe more reps, more speed. Okay? So, more practice, more focus. All right? And challenges help you improve faster. All right? Like a tree growing quicker with more nutrient. Like, are you watering the tree every day, or are you only watering it once every other day? Right? So the more you water the tree, the more it's gonna grow, right? All right? So intense focus, stronger skills. Okay? And you gotta be consistent. Again, you gotta be consistent, guys. How many freshmen and sophomores here? So you guys are lucky because you have more time to add on to those reps. The seniors and juniors, you have a little less time, but guess what? You gotta be positive. All right? Even though you have less time, if you do these for like a year, you're golden. Okay? All right. Now, guys, everything is about vibration. All right? Do we have any scientists in this class? Anyone? All right? You know, all atoms and subatomic particles vibrate, right? Everything vibrates, right? So, everything is about vibration, a special kind of energy or feeling, all right? So if you want to be great at something, you have to match the vibration of someone who's already great, okay? It's like tuning to like a radio station. If you're not on the right channel, okay, you won't hear your song, okay? No matter how hard you try. Okay, it's like this. Really, when the game starts, you already won or you've already lost. Like, it's like, come game time, you're like, how come I'm not scoring a hat trick? Well, if you're not good enough to score a hat trick, you're not gonna score a hat trick. No matter how hard you tell yourself that game, I'm gonna score a hat trick today. You can try as hard as you want. You're not scoring a hat trick. It's not gonna happen, okay? 100%. All right. So you gotta match that vibration. And how do you match that vibration? Training, practicing. Because I'll tell you right now, once you are at the level, you're gonna score that hat trick. But you're not gonna score that hat trick until you're at that level. Okay? Alright? It takes time to tune yourself. So like you gotta tune yourself into that GOAT vibration. Okay? And yeah, here's another example. Let's say you put one rock in a bucket, right? And then you show up. Alright? How many rocks are in your bucket?
One.
Do you have two? No matter how hard you try, you don't have two rocks. Okay? And guess what the rocks are?
Your skills.
Your skills. How many reps have you put in up into that game? So like tryouts. How many reps have you put in until the August 13th? And whatever reps you put in, that's what you have. You don't have any more, you don't have any less. Alright? So when you make the team, it's because you're putting more rocks than the other guys. Okay? Alright? Some of you are playing club, so you've already have some rocks in your bucket already. The ones playing club. Okay? So you want to show up on the first day with that many rocks in your bucket. Okay? Alright? That's like overfill reps. Alright? Like for me, I play so much with my brothers. I play so much. Like, I spent like 30 minutes on the JV practice field. After 30 minutes, I was on varsity right away. I was super confident because I trained so much with my brothers. Like, my family were a huge soccer family. Like, we live and breathe soccer. All right? Like, when I say live and breathe, ask my dad, she'll tell you. Okay? So I put so much reps in that, super confidence, guys. So that's what you got to do. Okay? We're almost done, guys. We're almost done. All right? So you got to tune your body and mind. Okay? To play like the best, you got to vibrate like the best. You got to eat healthy. Okay? You can train all you want, but if you're eating crap, it's going to pull you down. You got to train hard. Okay? All right? Look, you got to train so hard that training hard is easy. All right? A great example. Actually, it's great that you guys are here. All right? My buddy Levi Wapu, okay, who was playing with Philadelphia Union. All right? I remember I used to coach for Laurel Lions, right? This is like in 2012, maybe 2011. And we were practicing our frost. And I saw Levy running hills. You know, the big hill?
Yeah.
And at the end, he was like, man, I just ran 100 of those. Yeah. At the Lions?
Yeah.
At the time, I was coaching like 03s. This is 2011. So this is like
Yeah, I used to play when it was 2015.
2014? Yeah, nah. I stopped coaching Lions in 2012. I coached it for like 2 years. Yeah, guys, think about it. Levy was playing for Philadelphia Union. All right, he was a college All-American. And he said he did 100. Raise your hand. Who's done 100 of those hills? 100 come down. 100 in one sitting. Okay. Guys, he did it in one sitting. So you got to train hard. Look, guys, you know how I say everything becomes automatic? Training hard can also become automatic. Okay? All right, so you want to train so hard all the time where training hard is automatic. All right? In fact, I dare you tomorrow to go run 100 of those. Tell me how you feel. Okay? You got to be strong. Guys, I told you guys, join the gym. Okay? Like, look, the more muscle you have, the more you can generate energy through space and time. If you don't have any muscle, you can't push off. That's a tough word. I might have spelled it wrong. I don't have it in there. So, look, you want to be lifting weights. Okay? Because then you can be able to jump faster. You're going to be able to push off the ground, move side to side. All right? You got to believe in yourself. Okay? But really, if you put the work in, you're not going to have any problem believing in yourself. Okay? So if you're not in the right vibration, you won't perform your best. But when you are, amazing things happen. I'll tell you what, guys, I'm a coach, okay? I had State Cup 2 weeks ago. And I was sitting there, I was looking at my players like, I already know how you're going to play. Because I know how good they are. Okay? So, it doesn't matter. I have a kid named Noah. I was like, man, Like, what can Noah do right now to score a hat trick for us? Nothing. Okay. I mean, it's facts. Okay. All right. Like, you know, I mean, yeah. Diego. I mean, he's good. I like him. But he didn't score a hat trick. I mean, he's not at that level. I mean, definitely a great player. I mean, guys. I mean, the best youth player I've coached is Byron Davis. Okay, Byron Davis. Yeah, you guys know Byron? Yeah. Look, I'll tell you guys. Listen to this story. So, I called DC United, right? I was like, DC United, I have a play you gotta look at. Okay, and again, I don't call DC United for anybody, but I truly believed that Byron was at the level. And guess how many goals Byron scored when the DC United scout was there?
25.
Now, one game?
6 games.
No, he only saw him once. He scored 8 goals.
Alright.
Now, Byron scoring 4-6 goals almost every game before that. I mean, he never scored 8 though. But he was scoring 4 and 6 goals. Like, you know, EDP Division 1 in 2 games. I mean, he's scoring goals left and right. Even right now, he's scoring goals for DC United. He's 2010, he's playing on the 09 team because 2010 is too easy for him. Okay? And guess what? He does it with ease. So when you're at the right vibration, in terms of like the level, it's gonna be easy. And you tune yourself by training, guys. Because I'm giving you guys keys. I wish someone would have told me this. And I wish I would have listened. I don't know if I would have listened though. I was tough head. But if I would have listened to these, guys, I would be playing in Europe right now. Okay? Well, not now. I'll probably be tired. But I'll probably be filthy rich. Alright, here's some quotes to finish it off. Okay? What you do today becomes easier to do tomorrow. So if you want tomorrow to be easy, do tomorrow today. You guys like that? That's my quote right there. Does that make sense? So if you want tomorrow to be easy, do tomorrow right now. Okay? If you're not, wait, raise your hand if you are part of a gym. All right, good. If you're not part of a gym, join the gym today. Don't put off tomorrow. All right. All right. If you can't do it today, then you can't do it tomorrow. So try to do tomorrow today. All right. Oh yeah. Look this. Lift to generate more energy and force through space, matter, gravity, and time. Okay. And another one. The application of knowledge gives the power. So the power of everything I'm telling you right now is through application. Okay. And the last one. Again, these are all my quotes. All right. If you don't train like a champion, how are you going to play like a champion? You like that, right? All right. And that's it, guys. That's my presentation. Okay. What's up, guys? All right.